Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, we're just pretty much ready to get this one started. Nigma versus Team Liquid. It's going to be a very exciting start to the major here, Lacoste. What would you expect from this, from the lineups that we've got coming out here for this first series?
Oh, for sure, man. I can't actually believe we're back to the LAN. You said it, exciting game ahead of us. I just want to see how Nigma is going to lane their heroes. A bit worried for Team Liquid because they really don't have that much tower damage. The only tower damage they have is pretty much the Venomancer. So, I've also worried that they don't have any abilities that go through magic immunity. So, once Nigma gets the BKBs on their cores, on the Monkey, possibly on the, even the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is, once the BKBs are out, I mean, what do? For Liquid in this sort of game, do you sort of see this as a game where Liquid they're going to aim to sort of run this one over and shut it down within the 30 minutes?
Yeah, they definitely need to win this early game. I don't think their heroes can match up well against what Team Nigma has in the late game. So, yeah, they definitely need to put a bit more pressure. And, what I'm hyped about? It's Davion. I think we should not call him Dragon Knight at all. We should just call him Davion.
They asked for Season 2. This is it. RMN's bringing it here. Well, we'll see how he does in this episode. And here we have some action already. Liquid trying to get out and look for something. But not able to quite find it. So as you said, the lane matchup's going to be very important here. Who's trying to dodge who? Is there any sort of core matchup here that a team's going to really try and do their best to make sure it doesn't happen in these first bits of laning?
I think Nigma is definitely more flexible because they have a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight doesn't have too many bad matchups here. There's a lot of slows coming up from the Earth Spirit, from the Crystal Maiden, Venomancer, so it's going to be a bit problematic for Monkey King and Dragon Knight to play the game before they get the BKBs. Also, I don't feel like the Bloodseeker is going to be able to do that much against, Monkey King is one of the better heroes against the Bloodseeker. Even if you use Rupture on him, he pops the ulti and just stands there, pretty much impossible to kill. So here we are, Owen, hype it up.
Here we go. Bounty Rude times. We've already got some courier action coming in from We Are. He's sneaking in. And over here to set up for the bottom lane. He's going to be joined by the duo to start things off, running that tri-lane down Enigma against that bottom lane Venomancers. We are indeed seeing Mickey this time round take to the mid lane puck. We'll see how he does against Miracle. I mean, I guess we're sort of expected to see this right with Nigma. They said they were sort of changing things up, trying things a bit different. Do you imagine we're going to see pretty much Miracle back to mid in most of the games from Nigma this tournament?
Probably. There's a bit of a difference how we and Miracle play mid, and I think everyone just wants to see Miracle on that mid lane. Dragon Knight on the top lane, he's pretty safe, I would say, starting out with the Bracer and the point in Dragonblood. There's going to be a lot of harassment until someone decides to show. Here comes GH, point in Illuminate, has a healing salve, has a lot of regen actually on the hero. We talked about, you and me, about when they started the draft, you asked me about the other regions. Keeper of the Light's really not contested that much, especially in Chinese region, in Southeast Asia from time to time. But yeah, you said it, Europe just loves it.
They really do. I mean, and for understandable reasons as well, right? This hero with the ability to sort of bring people across the map, to have such a great way of preparing stacking, multiple camps, cleaning them up yourself as well if you wish. And of course having that great team fight potential down the line with the Will-O-Wisp. Do choose to go that route. A lot of magical things to be done with it, and especially when it's in the hands of someone like GH, you can definitely expect to see some big plays and big moves coming out because of him being on this hero.
GH already in the triangle trying to stack. There's two observer wards, pretty deep one coming up from Team Liquid that scouted out the lanes, how they're going to set things up, and one on the high ground. They want to see what's happening in the triangle. Are they stacking? They don't have the best, post 6-7 minutes, they have enough to actually take the stacks with the Bloodseeker and Puck once he has his spells maxed out. GH trying to run away from Insania, both heroes level 1 still. Kind of a slow start.
Yeah, no killing quite yet. We're seeing on the CS mid lane, bit of an edge for Mickey, 15 for 1 against the 12 for 1 of Miracle. And on the side lanes, are we seeing anyone get left out? I mean, we kind of are down bottom. A bit of a slow start for the Venom. Top lane, bit of an attempt to be made onto RMN. Got right in, but again with the bracer. And just that 1 point in the passive is just a little too much for Boxy and Insania to bite through. In fact, Insania taking some big damage here from the blast of GH.
GH doing a very good job, just blasting the wave, pulling the side, keeping out of the XP range so Dragon Knight can hit that level 3.
Bottom.
2 points in Dragon Blood, bottom lane.
We are.
Oh, nice deny.
Very, very nicely done there by Kuro. I mean, indeed, tips out as well. As looked to be a little bit of a messy attempt. I mean, this is always going to be the problem. Even though Quake was having a bit of a slow start, he's starting to pick up now, and we'll be able to do so, of course, with that little bit of time with the Monkey King out of the lane. You got to be careful how you go on this Fenner, right? It can be very tempting when you get the Jingu stacks up, but if you're not quite able to finish him, he's just going to be able to slow you down and kite you up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't really afford to go on a Venomancer unless you can just bring him to from 100 to 0, or like from 50 to 0 where he's sitting at right now.
Top. A bit of an attempt to at least try and harass RMN out of the lane. Again, just very unlikely for Liquid to ever really be able to get the kill out of this. So as much as they try and beat him back, RMN not having too much trouble finding some good levels and farm from that top lane.
And everyone is full HP, so Bloodseeker's really not getting too much out of that thirst. Putting a second point in the Blood Right. Once Crystal Maiden gets like level 3, also needs to get some extra mana regen to be able to, you know, just keep spamming the spell. Aura is up, but it's a level 1 aura. Some Mango, some Clarities would help out. Taiga lurking around the mid lane. Interesting build on the Miracle on the mid. No points in the Flame Guard against the Puck. Just going for more of a, like, I want to push out the lane with the Slight and more control with the Searing Chains against the Puck.
Yeah, the Brute's going to be incredible if they get any sort of rotation around towards the mid. You are going to have that skill set to really set up. It's top lane. RMN trying to get in onto Insania, not quite enough to finish him off.
Oh, bottom lane, there it is.
This time round, Weeharp and Kuro able to finish up the kill. Tiger, he's trying to go for Wee. Is he going to be able to find him?
Oh, the salve.
Weeharp's going to be able to keep himself alive, but the roll forward from Tiger will secure the trade. As Tiger will make sure that Quake doesn't die for nothing in the bottom lane.
Oh, that was such a clutch play there. Salve didn't really work out, but could make a hell of a lot of a difference. Top lane, they are actually getting a kill. Dragon Knight, he put a point in the Dragon Tail on level 4 just to have that extra stun, extra ability. A lot of damage coming up from Keeper of the Light.
Ooh, it was a sweet attempt from Kuro. In fact, the Gale and the roll both missing. But still, enough damage to be done to take out Kuro before the TP was successful. Things starting to certainly kick up a little bit now on these side lanes now that the levels have really come in. In the mid, though, a lot more farm has been found by Mickey in this laning stage.
Yeah, he's like
got
19
so
CS ahead of Miracle at the moment. He's also level 6, so they need to be very careful if they decide to like dive the tower. Rune is spawning, bottom. It's gonna be Illusion Rune. No, not the best one for Puck, but it's gonna fill the bottle, gonna do the job.
Yeah. Always nice to have against an Ember that's, you know, already put a few points into the chains. If Miracle does try and make an attempt onto him. Now, and we'll see what Miracle's going to be able to do, because in this sort of game, especially when Mickey's had this start, when you've gone for this build on the Ember with no points in the Flame Guard, right, you're not able to jungle efficiently at all, right? You've got to be looking for action as soon as possible and really putting into play this slight chain skill build that you've gone for. You can't spend time hitting creeps to catch up.
Yeah, with this type of a build, you want to be a bit more active. Top lane, GH.
This time TP's coming in fact 2 of them from Nigma as they look to turn onto Liquid, jump forward. This is what we're talking about. Miracle makes the moves, gets involved. Now he's going to turn over towards Insania as well. The setup's there from RMN as this move should secure them, the 2 of them. RMN is going to make sure there's no escape, and this is what you've got to see, especially with the buff up from GH. This cold really enabling Miracle's Ember to make these sort of moves and for them to have a really hard hit with the slide chains.
Yeah, and you can see Nigma having great understanding, like who needs the TP first. If it was first TP Lion, they don't get that kill because Miracle can close the gap with the Fire Remnant, and they also give him the second kill so that he actually gets something out of that rotation to the top lane. Puck is level 8, high level. You know, 2 points in Vanning Rift once they have Illusory or maxed out, just to be able to like push out the waves easily. How's Vano doing? Vano, you know, sitting at the middle of the network chart. Earn, power treads. Problem is, you know, Monkey King really does not like to play into Veno. Yeah. Never, pretty much. Like, even when you have a BKB, your BKB is down, you're still gonna feel the pain coming up from the Venomancer.
Tiger. Eyeing up We Harbor. Tower, a little bit of a tricky dive for them to go for if they do want to. Mickey is going to be able to grab himself a double damage room from the bottle, so a lot of potential here from this puck, and his farm still continues to be flawless.
Roll on the top lane.
Going to get some moves here coming in. The kickback as well with the rupture combo. Iron Man taking huge amounts of damage here from Boxy and Tiger, as he will slowly but surely go down. The rotation has been made. Miracle's in, but Mickey's there
Two-man
as well.
coil.
Coil down onto the two of them. Miracle locked in position, taken out. Now with Tiger's further control, they'll finish off Kuroki as well as Nigma. They try and make a similar move as they did earlier on that top lane this time round. Liquid's prepared, and Mickey with this incredible amount of farm that he's got the levels as well. This is level 9 puck.
And not just that, he's also stealing the stacks right now, something that I talked about, like he doesn't have everything maxed out, but he came here with the double damage, has that Royal Jelly, has Arcane Aura, so he can just spam out his spells going into Witchblade first item, which is like very interesting. That's
yeah, we're seeing this is sort of, especially Mickey, and we are as well. Big fan of this from his build on the puck in the DPC season. This was something that these aggressive puck players really love to do in EU.
I kind of like it here because they need to be able to scale. Like they don't have the best late game heroes, but yeah, if you itemize for the right click, I think that's the play here on puck.
Also finding, you say, not just the jelly, but also getting that Fairy's Trinket, pretty much the dream item for any of these active nukers like the puck. That's going to be having that extra potency to the damage output. Top lane Tiger, he's coming in again from Boxy. Insania setup. Now looking to make the moves onto RMN. Again, the combo. He's going to try for the TP out. He's going to be able to make it in time. He is. Smart heads up move there from RMN. Keeps him alive as he holds his ground. TP's out. An extra little bit of safety.
Zoning ulti from Tiger. Just says enough. We are not taking this fight. Solo coil.
Okay, he's going to take the easy kills. He wants to keep this game looking nice and smooth. 2-0, 1 over 100 CS here at the 10-minute mark on Mickey's puck. He is very far ahead, already 2k ahead of Miracle's Ember. I mean, I don't think you get much of a better start on the puck, you know, when you see what Mickey's giving us this game.
It's a 10-minute Witchblade, Power Treads, Double Null Talisman. Oh my god.
I mean, he's going to be tearing up the map. They've got to be prepared for this puck.
And you can't make the trade. Like Team Liquid putting the pressure with the Venomancer, one of the worst heroes you kind of want to gank. He's going into Spirit Vessel against the Dragon Knight, against the Monkey King. 5k gold lead suddenly for Team Liquid. Like this is the type of game that they needed to play. Like they need to have a lot of advantage early on. Man, Puck is just an insanely good hero, even though they like have counters, Lion throughout the DPC and all other regions top lane. He's gonna drop.
He's gone. Kuro, is he gonna be able to get his way out of it? Tiger, he's looking for the angle, won't find it with the roll through, but he finds it with the kick. Able to slow down Kuro and set up a second kill for Boxy up top. It's now 9-4, 6k lead here for Liquid. And this is playing out exactly as you imagine Liquid needed to do.
You know, I'm worried about once that gold per minute advantage gets 1k per minute. You know, it's getting there. It's getting very close.
Top Tiger. Might have even just found himself another GH. He's going to have backup coming in. It's Kuro.
Kuro also used the fingers, didn't get any of the stacks. Hex is available.
Yeah, got Miracle coming in. That will provide just enough lockdown to punish Tiger, but again, when you bring in sort of 4 heroes over to deal with Tiger's pressure. So a lot of space just being created by Tiger as the rest of his cores continue to happily farm away. Liquid, as you can see, all 3 of their cores right now in the top spots on the network. A lot of catching up to be done from Nigma, and it's not going to be easy to do so. Again, with this you know, Miracle skill build, the slight chains, he had to be fine in action. He's never going to catch back up in the farm. They've got to get kills. But now with Liquid's cores starting to get as far as ahead as they are, it's not going to be easy anymore for even with the backup of GH to enable Miracle enough to actually get in, get kills without putting his own life at risk.
Top lane. Yeah, problem is they don't have that one initiator, someone who can start the fight. Mickey, he's going in, doesn't even use the coil.
Right click down, they'll turn over towards Ironman as well. It's just easy kills here for Liquid. Boxy now dominating, and Mickey's game continuing to be just completely flawless on his puck.
Taiga still chasing, trying to get GH, but yeah. It's very hard to take control of the map, like once Venomancer goes there, sets a couple of wards. Same goes for the Beastmaster. I would compare these two heroes. We don't see too much of a Venomancer, very like a situational hero, but once he takes over like the enemy bottom part of the map, like it's very hard to take over it. You need to smoke to be able to actually gank him, because all the vision provided by the Plague Wards. Miracle still not a single point in a Flame Guard. I guess the reason is because he also has like Keeper of the Light in his team, so wants to be able to get the max out of Slight and the chains. But the problem is, once again, they can't really start a fight. Like, it's very hard for Nigma right now to make any aggressive moves. They want to farm up, they want to get those BKBs online. Dragonite also decided to get Hood first item, so like no Blink Dagger, can't initiate. Nigma, they just need to like defend the tower with Keeper of the Light, not get too out-farmed. Try to farm those BKBs. Bottom lane.
Right. Sanya, he's just standing his ground, dropping the ult. Oh, he's not able to get it. He throws out the finger, but it's not enough damage.
It's the second finger that did not give him any stacks.
It's not one of the fun games for the Lion. Poor old Kuro. Never feels good when you're not getting those stacks up. Okay, lead to the 15-minute mark. Liquid are able to maintain the bounty control. Continue to get very far ahead this game. I mean, Mickey still, very close to sort of doubling the net worth of Miracle. Miracle getting gone on in the mid. He's got the backup of GH by his side. Will be enough to stop Liquid from diving any further. Top lane.
There's the Spirit Vessel. Like, Dragonite's not gonna be that tanky.
No, not at all. He's getting torn through here by the damage of Quaver. Taiga coming in as well to offer that extra bit of a punch. He'll pop the Hood, RMN. He's going to try and stand his ground, go for the TP out. Is he away? He is. Not quite able to get back in on top of him, Taiga, to take him down in time, as RMN will live to see another day. Now, turnaround comes into play. Chains out onto Taiga. They'll punish the Earth Spirit. Kuro trying to set up for more, but Mickey jumps across, coil down onto Kuroki.
Dragonite managed to get out, but problem is, once again, they have no save for coil. Puck uses coil on someone, that target is pretty much dead. Now with the Spirit Vessel, Monkey King won't be able to life steal.
He just goes right into the three of them. They're going to turn and try and chase him down and see if they can punish Mickey for his aggression. They've got the opening stun. The follow-round strike isn't enough. It is. Finally,
that's a big kill. That's actually a huge kill. And we gets the last hit on it, has that Maelstrom, has a Possessed Mask, so like he can sustain. He has tools to farm up, just needs to get that BKB. Even though it's a 10k gold lead, I still feel if Nigma manages to like win another fight, get those BKBs a bit closer, like Ember Spirit going straight into BKB after finishing Orb of Corrosion. Dragonite, I think he will need to get like a Blink Dagger to be able to initiate mid lane. Ember Spirit.
Back up here. Not enough damage at the moment between Taiga and Asenia to take him out. Yeah, definitely a bit of a chance here for Nigma to hit back after a bit of an unnecessary play there from Mickey. I mean, he did pretty much just jump in solo against 4 heroes. Miracle
don't talk
low.
to me about unnecessary plays. Owen, I play with you a lot, you know. I played with your Magnus, like 4 overwhelming blinks. Don't talk to me about unnecessary.
Mickey knows. He was going for the big potential on that. You know, if he's able to get in, kill Miracle, get out, and he knows there's 4 heroes, then it's all worth it. But just wasn't able to play out there as Mickey imagined himself. As Boxing continuing to get bigger and bigger as well. S and Y done on top of the Maelstrom. He even if they do land the stuns on this Bloodseeker, they may just struggle for the damage to take him out. Mid lane, Miracle getting jumped by the Dream Core Tigers. Immakura's able to time the stun out on the turn of Battle Strike. Out on the 3, they're taking
got him again.
They're moving on to Tiger. They're going to have the damage to take Tiger out as well. 2 down. Moxie can turn things around. Blood right out, 2 of them attempted to TP out there by We Are, and Kuro is immediately put to a stopper. His Moxie's got the
Fox is
damage.
just gonna clean him up.
Double kill for the Bloodseeker.
They have so much overtime damage. Boxy's still chasing, decides he's not gonna go in. Like, Boxy's actually so farmed right now. Level 16, 2000 HP on the Bloodseeker, 21 armor. Pretty much impossible to take down. Like, they need to use the finger, hold him inside the Wukong's command to actually bring him down. They have so many problems. Like, yeah, you managed to kill the puck, but Bloodseeker's kind of taking over.
Still a little too much for Nigma to deal with, even when they do get that sort of a start to it all. They throw themselves all in on one hero.
Interesting build by Boxy. Like, he just bought Cloak 18 minutes in and then queues up a BKB.
All right. Which is sort of a
And
bit of
doesn't even want to use the Cloak.
Wait, I mean, surely he's gonna switch it into his inventory in the fights, right?
For sure, yeah. I mean, see, he still has raindrops, so once they burn the
Yeah.
raindrops, he can keep that Quelling Blade in.
Oh, do you like that pretty cost efficient, a bit of a casual cloak at any stage of the game?
Well, I think it's a bit of an overcommitment here. Like, it's a bit too late. They also don't have that much magical damage anyway. They have
But
Finger,
that's true, actually. I mean,
Illuminate.
maybe he just likes the cloak. There you go. It's a bit chilly. Gets his cloak on.
That's not a Cloak of Invis, you know, that's not a Harry Potter cloak.
Go ahead, Tiger. Okay, coming with the backup, it ends up being just a bit of a bait for Tiger, as Tiger's going to be fine. They've committed it on him. We're going to see if they can find Miracle here in the trees, and they can. They've got the lockdown, they have the damage.
And Sadia's positioning has been great. Like, he's ulties, they can't get close, they can't stop him. They're doing a very good job also protecting the CM, zoning them out. Problem is, they can't really go for the high ground. Still not enough tower damage. Venomancer did some. You know, you have Puck, but still, like, Puck with the damage talent, you still need to take a fight, kill a couple of heroes. Pushing into Keeper of the Light, you're never gonna feel, like, that confident.
So as you say, so still, despite the numbers, despite the big lead that Liquid have, you feel that this game, if Nigma, if they can hold, they get sort of BKBs plus 1 offensive item on their cores, the game can stand the chance to take a bit of a turn.
This game's not over, you know, even though it's a 13k gold lead, 20 minutes in. If they manage to farm their BKBs, Weeha's getting close to 1. Hauser, Davion feeding as he does in anime as well. Bought a Blink Dagger, so pretty much no gold lost.
Down here we are. Try and stand his ground. He gets the ults off in time, and also gets the Jinku stacks build up, so Boxy can no longer fully commit onto a Tiger. He's going to try and roll back in, and okay, with the extra burst from Insane here at the side, they've got enough to clean him up before he can get any more hits off and benefit from that lifesteal.
Even though, like, Monkey's great against Bloodseeker, he's not that great against Earth Spirit, because he can still kick you, you're gonna take the damage. I mean, Team Liquid, they really love Bloodseeker paired up with anything that can move you, whether, like, that was a mag, there was a time when they were, like, just spamming Bloodseeker and Tiny with the Toss Rupture combination.
Got the execution down to a T. Multiple times, and being able to really enable the rupture potential from Boxy. Boxy now, the full BKB on his way over, so that the tool's really coming into play for Liquid to push this to the next level and try and close up once they do have this significant advantage.
Team Liquid should just try to take another fight, get a kill or 2, transition that into Roche, Radiant using a scan inside the pit, see what's going on.
Oh, and Mickey, he jumped in, he's gone aggressive. There's 4 heroes here. Mickey, what's he doing? I mean, that's a bit of a similar play to as he done earlier. He can't afford to do these sort of moves, Lacoste.
It's a lot of gold, it's a lot of experience. He's high level 17 at the moment, trying to farm up that Lincoln Sphere, so there's not going to be Blink initiation. There was also RMN with his Blink Dagger. Dragon Knight's tanky, not that tanky against the Spirit Vessel, so he's going to be brought down once again.
Liquid at least able to get a kill back in return, but these deaths on the puck, despite the incredible lead that Mickey has, that is going to be the sort of move that does lead to Nigma getting more time for themselves to get these items online. Bottom, diving in onto Kuro, Boxy, and Tiger will be able to clean him up. Nigma just trying to do their best with the space that they are having being created for them. Top lane Miracle able to push that wave right out. We are also able to play down on the bottom half. Sensania's on the hunt. Defensive Remnant is prepared though. Miracle, he's away. We are 100 gold away from the BKB. So the BKB, they're going to be there. And even though they're 16k down Lacoste, they've still got all the tier 2s up. Nigma,
yeah,
it really is. This game is a lot closer than the numbers show.
For sure, because these BKBs, once they're online, they have Rupture. Puck is not going to have that Aghanim Scepter for quite some time. So yeah, they will have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity, completely nullify like damage coming out from the Crystal Maiden, coming out from the Earth Spirit. So yeah, they just need to get those BKBs up. Miracle also getting very close to his, just 100 gold away. I think it's smoke time. Like once they get it, they can actually start playing a bit more aggressive. Davion also going for that BKB, but yeah, has only 600 gold.
It's going to take him a little bit of time. At least, yeah, we're still having that hood to keep him a little bit covered between not having the BKB and getting it done. And here we have it. So, I mean, as you say, if they do want to go for that sort of smoke play, who do you think's most important for them to try and catch and commit on and,
if they can
kill
Mickey,
before the BKBs are done?
Like Mickey, he has a Lincoln Sphere now. Okay. Lincoln Sphere, so it's going to be a bit harder for them to initiate. They need to... I don't know, because Lion doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so it's not going to be that easy. Dragon Knight, they also don't have too many abilities to just pop the Lincolns with.
And I remember just to make sure that one of them is able to catch around it all. Going for the roast though, Liquid. Doing that at this at the speed that Nigma aren't going to be prepared for, or at least have the time to get over the pit. In any sort of moment. So Boxy, it's going to be a tough one to deal with next fight come round. Not that he already wasn't. Now with that Aegis as well, this Bloodseeker is definitely going to take some dealing with. And Nigma, now that the Aegis has gone the way of Liquid, does this sort of change the plan? Are you still looking to get aggressive with these BKBs, or just sort of have to put a bit of slow on it now?
Yeah, you still want to take possibly a fight. There's a tier 1 tower on the bottom, so they can TP, but if someone gets caught, someone that's not Puck, let's see who's TPing. Yeah, it's actually going to be Mickey.
Tiger set things up. Iron Man does at the back up on the side, but Mickey's quick to jump over onto Kuroki. Kuroki will fall. Tiger trying to hunt for more. Mickey as well, seeing if he can get any further catch. Iron Man, he's going to have Blink up in a second. He may just be able to get his way out of this. Miracle.
Oh, he wants to go in, not out, I think, at this point.
Let's have a little split up, though. Weehawk, he's going to need some backup. Does always have the option of BKBing and TPing out. He's going to put the BKB in. He's just going to try and get the lifesteal going. He's going to try and channel the ult, but he's taking huge amounts of damage. Can he really stay alive? He can't. It's enough from Liquid to take him out even through the BKB, as they're able to combo him so low that by the time he got the BKB off, he only had a few hundred more HP to work.
Weeha was caught alone there. Everyone else kind of bailed. Lanes were pushing in, the mid lane, top lane, like even the bottom lane, so they need to address that problem before they make an aggressive move. There's still Bloodseeker with that Aegis, with, 3.5 minutes. Puck still deciding, which route he's going to go for. Does he need more damage? He had the Desolator queued up, now going into that Aghanim Scepter. I like Aghanim Scepter a bit more. You can still go back for the damage, but yeah, Aghanim Scepter that is going to keep them in place even with the BKBs.
See up top, Miracle. Having to put the BKB here to get away. I should say just 100 or so, about 1,000 gold or so away from having the answer to that and stop that potential for Miracle to dodge out with the BKB. See what they're prepared for next. Bottom lane, Weehawk trying to scout out an area that you can get back to farming in safely. Liquid still keeping the pressure up, Poitfer seeing himself deep inside Nigma's jungle. making sure that the sort of the spaces available for Nigma's cores to farm in are getting shut down. He's going to step out quite first. Have a bit of a poke at this.
At this point, I think you can like kill Venomancer because he's way too tanky. He has that the spell lifesteal, has a 4-staff RMN.
I'm going to try and chase him down into two of them. Gale connects. He's going to go out with a TP and Kuro. And make sure
Just
that he's
TP
safe.
out. It's that easy. So yeah, Venomancer, they can't really kill Venomancer unless they like commit with the 3-4 heroes possibly. There's the Rupture.
So we are. Stands his ground. BKB's out, finger down onto Tiger. This is one thing they can certainly do now, Nick. If Liquid try and dive in past towers, they can hold their ground, take him out. Mickey try to get him with some extra damage. Onto Weeha's. Got to be careful though. RMN, Miracle, Kuro all by Weeha's side, ready to turn. Boxy trying to stick around for the creep here. Jump forwards there from RMN, but Mickey's still around. Starts to turn back in onto Dragon Knight. Liquid they'll collapse immediately onto RMN. This time RMN will go down.
Kuro misses a stun, does not have a finger, needs to be very careful. Kuro's very vulnerable. The Puck, like Puck can just solo kill him with the Witchblade. Also Lincoln's here, so you need to use 2 of your abilities to actually lock him down. Aghanim Scepter done. Also Arcane Rune, Coil is up. Now he's going back in for a bit more damage. That Desolator, something that's going to help him out with taking the towers, which I really like. Because you already said, like, they still have tier 2 towers alive, even though it's a 22k gold lead.
Holding very well, Nigma, considering the pressure and the lead that Liquid does currently have against them.
Keeper of the Light finishes his Aghanim Scepter, so Will-O-Wisp is gonna be online. Like, they don't get too much out of the Spirit form. They can try to split push a bit with it, but that's it. Like, Nigma's in a position where they can't make any aggressive moves.
Top Weeha. That's on the BKB. As Mickey, he's going to have the answer for that Dream Coil down. We are having Top to stand his ground, try and get the Jingu stacks built up, but Mickey kites him up, and they'll be able to take him out. Now the map, indeed, just a whole lot scarier to play into now with Mickey having that Axe. They're going to be able to punish that sort of split push every single time.
Also, Liquid managed to sneak in a ward inside Nigma's base, so that's going to give them a lot of information where they're moving.
Chasing onto Kuro, Tiger. He'll jump straight in. Pop his own BKB out. Kuro does manage to get the knife from RMN, so RMN at least able to take a bit of the benefit away from Liquid. Liquid, they'll just turn their attention towards RMN instead now, though. Will-O-Wisp does get knocked down. Now Tiger, he's going to be caught underneath the tower. Can he get himself
Good
out?
blinding light.
Tiger will fall, but they've lost 3 on Nigma. Miracle having to put the BKB to get out of there, but the coil's down from him. Again, looks like they want to jump in and dive for this. They managed to get in as the fountain, take out GH. They're going to be able to find Miracle as well. As Liquid, they'll clean up all 5 of them.
Yeah, they just died because Puck used Arcane Rune and he had that coil once again. They should respect Will-O-Wisp because you can see that there's like so much control. They don't have that much attack speed on their heroes besides the Bloodseeker, so need to be very careful about it.
See that on the replay again here, just Liquid with the lead that they have. They can't afford to just dive at them, run them down. As soon as they're able to take down 1-2 members of Nigma, it's just impossible for Nigma to fight back when they're outnumbered and this far behind in terms of items. One by one. A solid effort from GH to try and turn things around with a Will-O-Wisp. It's just not enough at this point. And the BKBs, as strong as the potential was to be this game, with a good timing, the timing just hasn't been fast. The fact that they come out in the same stage when Mickey has that Axe done, Liquid, they have enough of an answer to make sure that even with the BKBs popped, Nigma have a real struggle trying to stay alive.
They don't have the answer for that. Coil, now even with the BKBs, Aghanim Scepter is done, so no like real counterplay. Someone gets coiled, they're pretty much dead. You can see we trying to itemize against that coil, going into status resistance. Yeah, it's gonna help, but still you need to be very careful how you approach a fight.
Classic Liquid, it doesn't matter how far ahead they are, stacks will still be made. At this stage, he's cleaning them up for himself.
This is something that Team Liquid struggled pretty much always how to close out the games, especially when they like formed the team. There were games where they were like 40, 50k gold up, and they just couldn't close out.
That's true. That's I mean, at this stage, it really is a question of, you know, I mean, can Nigma still turn this? It felt like they did have that windows when the BKBs were there, but as we saw, being around the same time that Liquid got an Aegis, and they were just able to make sure that the BKB purchases didn't really allow Nigma to do too much. Nigma still very much on the back foot. Jump in, they're able to come in and on to Mickey, keep the lockdown underneath the Will-O-Wisp. He's able to get the face shoot down. Mickey can escape, he can't. Mickey goes down. Nigma there, and they're able to hold their ground. See if Boxy can get the cleanup though, look right down as RMN's brought incredibly low roll across from Tiger. He's able to put a stop to the attempted escape by Weeheart. As Mickey may have fallen, Liquid with Boxy at the helm, no struggle. Still cleaning up the fights in their favor. And this Bloodseeker just a little too terrifying to deal with.
Yeah, Bloodseeker, they only managed to kill him once in the laning stage. That's pretty much it. Like, Foxy's way too tanky right now, has that Scotty against the Dragon Knight, against the Monkey King. He just has too much HP, too much armor at the moment to be brought down.
Just being back to base once more, Nigma. Down 34,000 gold. Big items coming out now, even for the fives here on Liquid side. As Insania picks himself up a BKB. He's going to be ready to stand his ground in the middle, drop some freezing fields without Nigma having, at the moment, any way to cancel that.
Yeah, we talked about how Team Nigma, once they get the BKBs, they don't have too many abilities. Rupture and the Puck Coil with the Aghanim Scepter, of course, now upgraded. But Nigma, they don't have abilities that go through magic immunity.
No, they don't themselves. They really don't. Indeed, at this stage, you know, where's sort of that scaling potentially? I mean, you look towards the Monkey King, but of course he's been slowed down just as much as the rest of the team this game. A lot more time to
Finally,
get those scary eyes.
they take a tier 1 tower. Safe lane tower, 30 minutes in.
Miracle. Ooh, he's out. BKB and a Remnant prepared. Since he's able to zip deep back onto his side of the map. More BKBs coming out for both squads though. RMN now having his complete. And over on the side of Liquid, Quakefoot will have his good to go for the next fight. 4-minute Mjolnir as well on Boxy. This Bloodseeker just remaining completely huge this game.
Crystal Maiden is almost as farmed as Monkey King at this point. Like,
oh no.
That's a bit problematic because Team Nigma, like if they execute their combos, if they can kite around the BKBs, they still have a very good, you know, combination. Wukong's command into Will-O-Wisp, a lot of stun, like whether like chains and Dragon Knight stun line just to keep them inside. They need Wukong's command to be able to like win the fight. This is the second Roche. It seems like it's gonna be uncontested. Nigma can't really leave the base. They leave the base, lose a fight, they lose the game. Best option right now is just to stay on the high ground, use that blast, use the power of the towers.
See if it's going to be enough to fend back a team that has the Aegis and the cheese ready for the next push. So it really is going to have to be quite something at this stage. You know, now the lead that Liquid has does really feel like it's at a place that, even though Nigma did have the potential for some answers earlier this game, even though they were behind, now it's going to be incredibly hard to slow this sort of push down and to stop Liquid from being able to close up this game.
They're going for the high ground, try to poke something, get some chip damage with Venomancer boards. Puck has the Desolator, so that's going to help out.
Tiger, straight, he's able to kick back onto RMN. Will-O-Wisp down. BKB committed by Tiger. It comes out from RMN in response. Tiger has to roll out. Nigma are able to keep everyone alive. Still good damage done to the tier 3 here by Liquid. They begin to chip it right down.
Puck has enchanted Quiver, so he can attack the tower from really far away. All they need is just vision on the high ground provided by the Venomancer.
Yep.
I mean, if they do not want to leave the base, this is how you play.
Yeah. I don't know, Mickey just sits out. Phase shift every time that the Quivers off cooldown, and that tower will slowly get taken away thanks to that increased range on those attacks. What do you do here if you're Nigma? How do you stop this? How do you slow it down? Start to make a bit of a poke onto Boxy. This is not an easy kill. BKB and Aegis, you've got to deal with this incredibly far Bloodseeker twice. Roll forward from Type will be put to a stop by the Boundless Strike on Weeha. Miracle getting a little scared though, just popped the BKB himself. And now he's going to be vulnerable, and Mickey knows it. Straight into the Dream Coil, down to the two of them. They'll get the Wukong's command out. So they try and keep Miracle alive, but Boxy's in with the BKB. He sees him, takes him down as Miracle's out of the game. No buyback, so's Kuro. Two are down. Liquid sees the opportunity to dive in. Insania.
Oh, Insania is in.
The freezing field as they can't deal with the Crystal Maiden now at this point even.
Monkey King with the buyback. I think this might be it. I don't think Nigma has many options left at this point. Buyback still don't want to take the fight. Very limited on the damage right now. Like Crystal Maiden, I think she's more farmed than the Monkey King at this point.
Certainly seems to be it. 40,000 lead here for Liquid is finally putting it into play to close it up. We are trying to slow things down, but at least until Miracle's back up, Nigma's just not going to have a chance of bringing anything. They've found him. They've cut down his tree. They're straight in. Tiger kicks him back into the clutches of the rest of Team Liquid. Weeha will fall out of the game for 100 seconds. Liquid, they're not done yet. Rolling over towards the fountain, making sure that Kuroki and RMN can't get back to safety.
Yeah, this is going to be mega creeps. I love to say when it's time to call it, it is time to call it, because Nigma, they have nothing left. And yep, they're going to call it GG. Team Liquid did exactly what they needed to do.
But yeah, definitely. If the drafts were a little bit different, I would perhaps